Feynman technique, Pomodoro technique, finger up your ass technique. Honestly, although these techniques are good, a lot of them are unnecessary, and I believe there's a more efficient way of getting work done. You've probably seen some studying videos before, whether it's from me or someone else, and each time we say some next level shit which most of you never even take action on. Today I'll share the best possible, most efficient method of how Ayanokoji would ace the exam in the least amount of studying time. Because honestly, I don't understand how people say they study for 10+ hours each day, when I've probably studied that long in total throughout the year. So to begin, I want to talk about procrastination. People think they can just go and start studying, like they just didn't watch 1 hour of TikTok, masturbated like 3 times, and ate a glazed donut. Like, you bloody pleb, no shit, you can't focus because your brain doesn't want consume information. That won't make it metaphorically get its pee hard, if you know what I mean. But on real note, you always hear dopamine this and dopamine that. But don't worry, I'm not gonna waste my time yapping saying some science shit. I'll just explain how I fixed my dopamine system and subscribers' dopamine system.
Well, e.g., why does that matter? Tell me how to ace exam, so I can get good marks so my daddy don't beat me.
Well, you can't study properly unless your brain is actually on, unlike most people's brain, including mine sometimes. You can still study, but it'll take, like I said, 10 hours, and I personally don't have time like that, so let me show you. So here's how I helped one of my subscribers fix his dopamine system. This was the conversation.
E.g., how do I do something even with no interest and being consistent, for example reading and studying?
So I said this. There was more context, but I just wrote a whole paragraph to him saying, so to begin, I can tell by the way you're saying it. Your problems. No interest. The reason why you have no interest is because in our human body, the neuron dopamine is responsible for pleasure, satisfaction, and motivation. And you only have a certain amount of dopamine each day, so you can either use this dopamine to help motivate you to do work, or it can be sapped away from other things, and when it comes time to do the work you'll have no interest. Judging that you're in Discord, you probably masturbate, scroll on TikTok or Reels, social media, etc. What that does is take your dopamine from you, leaving you with no passion or energy in the day. For example, when you wake up, you probably pick up your phone and start scrolling. This wastes your dopamine, leaving you with no energy after. So to begin, stopping all of those will allow you to have burning energy when you wake up, and motivation. Next, being consistent with reading and studying. Who says you need to read? If you find it boring, what I like to do is search for the audiobook version of the book I'm reading on YouTube and listen to it while I'm on a walk. That will be way less boring for you, so try that out. Studying, you'll have to discipline and actually do the work, but the reason why you can't is because you have a small attention span and wasted all your dopamine. If you instead don't waste your dopamine, you'll instead have energy for everything like prayer, work, studying, and they'll seem fun. I know this from experience since I went through the same struggle, but honestly, if I had to pick 1,000 squats or scrolling all day, I would pick 1,000 squats, not because physical aspect, but because if I scrolled all day mentally, I would feel dead in the inside, while 1,000 squats would hurt, but I rather feel happy.
You are right. Wait, it makes so much sense now. So to fix my problem, I have to ditch those bad habits, scrolling shorts. And about masturbation, I consider it doesn't exist, so I don't know when the last time I did, but IDC, I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, although you probably already know that, you need to understand it's because to do the good habits you need dopamine, but if you waste it all on the bad habits, you won't be able to them.
So dopamine is like a daily salary, and I have to buy food and water instead of food and beverages or parties, right?
Exactly. So following this method, you fix your dopamine system and slowly but surely defeat procrastination. So now let's talk about how we actually study. Every day we are going to wake up early and tackle the most challenging task first, so whether you want to study or work on your business. This eat the frog method ensures you're using your peak mental energy on high priority projects. Think about it, the reason a lot of you guys can't focus is because you're getting yelled at by parents, messages from friends. Whenever I wake up early, I always do the tasks I need to do. Don't start your day with shallow tasks. Avoid checking messages or emails. Jump into the deep work immediately. Your brain is at its best, and you'll be able to focus more intensely for about an hour before needing a break. And during these hours, we will be intermittent fasting. By not eating right away, you avoid the energy dip caused by digestion. Only drinking water or black coffee to maintain a sharper focus and better memory retention during our study session. After completing your frog task, which is your most challenging study segment, you can take a break and have your first meal. This delay can significantly boost your cognitive performance during the critical first study period. Second, this is some really basic shit, but just in case you don't get this down. Create a distraction-free environment. Ensure your phone is on airplane mode or in another room, and your computer is offline if you don't need the internet. This minimal setup is key to maintaining deep concentration. Reject the idea that you can't work effectively at home. Make your room a work sanctuary. The time saved from not commuting can be substantial, translating into more productive study hours. Make your room into a white room. My room is painted white and I have nothing in it besides my bed, table, and laptop, forcing me to either work or leave the room to do something else. That's a bit extreme, but who cares? After deep work sessions, you can engage in lighter, social study experiences like group sessions or study in a cafe if you prefer. However, prioritize solo, uninterrupted study time for the most demanding tasks, especially in the morning. People who study in groups waste their time. Then lastly, incorporate the top set/accessory sets rule in your studies. Focus on the 20% of study actions that will yield 80% of your results. Often, this involves past exam papers and essential readings over less impactful tasks. Starting tomorrow, adopt this high-performance study routine. Schedule your early morning deep work session, plan for a fasted study period, and commit to creating a study environment that eliminates distractions. Stick to these principles, and you will see a marked improvement in your academic output and efficiency. That's pretty much all you need to do to ensure you ace your exams like Ayanokoji. You don't need 100 different scientific techniques, you just need to fix your brain so you can focus first off, then wake up early when you have absolutely no distractions, make sure you don't eat anything so your brain is fully dedicated to studying, and boom. You've done more work in 2 hours than most people do in 10. And it's only 7 a.m. so you can go do more stuff.